here in North America. It is after the events of the Triassic period. Right now, it is the late Jurassic period, and before that, it was the early Jurassic period. And during this period, dinosaurs have been going from strength by strength. Like for this herd of Brachiosaurus, who are on the way to the feeding grounds. After they lay their eggs, the babies emerge and find their ways out of danger into the herd. And also, there have been some other greater dinosaur species, like the Dinosaurs, whose body is too big for predators to tackle. And also there are the great predators, such as this pack of Allosaurus. They have been thriving on Brachiosaurus for decades. After that, they feast on small prey like Dinosaurs. Right now, they're ready for big game. The leader is Big Owl, who is a male. He is a juvenile, but he's ready for a leader of leadership. He's ready for the challenge. But also, the most important thing about them is that they're babies. They are hatched in the morning. They need food now. The females sent them to go into hiding, where they'll stay safe from predators. Now with the babies in safety, they can now go on the hunt for Brachiosaurus. Now the hunts begin. They all know the plan. The females will try to track the adults, but they won't go for the babies one because they'll be an easy meal. But this group is ready for big gain. But these females are destined for babies. For the hatchlings. I was the first to retreat because they had been injured by the legs and the foot. Well, this male Brachiosaurus is safe. And these two females are not giving up easily. Ooh. 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 The male Brachiosaurus may have a gash, but he will recover quickly. At least the hood is safe. At least a hunt has failed. That was a failed attempt. But the worst of all is that the hatchlings are starving. If they do not eat, then they are starved to death, and that will not be a good thing for this family. They're going to wait till tonight, when it's a perfect opportunity to attack. But now, it's time to rest. Soon at night, the Brachiosaurus family is about to prepare to get to the sleeping grounds where they can rest for the night. And this Apatosaurus is moving along with their tail. I was sense that they're both going to become interesting species. Soon the Allosaurus family gets to wake up and decide they're going to try again. This time for the hatchlings. Then the females knows the game plan, and then Big Al will be ready to go for the ambush. One of the females managed to kill one of the hatchlings. And wow, this female is about to get ready for the big game. Then the male Brachiosaurus orders the rest of the herd to retreat. But even with that gash, he won't be able to hold them off until Big Al is ready for the ambush. Now Big Al has measured inflicted more wounds into the Brachiosaurus. And soon as male Brachiosaurus won't be able to make it. But at least they managed to make one kill. But Big Al, he's got to wait until the male Brachiosaurus dies of exhaustion and of his wounds. Now it's the morning, and now the male Brachiosaurus is still walking, but Al's not going to let it be alive for long. Now they have food. This is what the pack has been looking for. Food. And also, there's also been some food for the babies. But even this point, the hatchlings can also be victims of the Brachiosaurus and other herbivores that can kill them. And so the sun's beating down hard. So after they finish their kill, the Allosaurus family then heads back to the nest where they can rest until they're ready to hunt again. Leaving the rest of the remains of the carcass behind in case other meat eaters will try to scavenge it. Soon it is nighttime, and soon there have been floods, which is causing trouble of the prairies and the forest. Washed carcasses were flooded away and washed away. Meanwhile, for the rest of the herd, they have been migrating, which means that food will be more difficult for predators. And soon, the erosions begin. And soon, there's been a little bit of sand left of this erosion scene. But here, there have been more erosions ever, causing the earth to change a little. Soon, Pangea has been split apart causing all 7 different continents: North America, South America, Africa, Europe, Asia, Australia, and especially Antarctica. But here in North America, everything has been different now. Here, the herds have been moving to search for a different location to breed and live. But even for the babies, this journey might be difficult. Which means that this can also be a difficult time for predators. These owls have been depending on Brachiosaurus for weeks. But without them, this can also mean that their lives can be hard, and especially on the young. They're trying to dig out to see whatever they can find, like carcasses or bones. But found nothing. Even with this drought, food will be scarce. But even if there's no food, owl could also be in luck. Small mammals can also be as adjusting as ever than sauropods. But these mammals have also been super quick, which means that big owl must get very close before attacking. With careful steps, being careful not to make a noise. This man was searching for grubs or insects, but not being careful to the danger. But it failed, which means that this will be a very hard day for the Allosaurus. And if they don't eat, they could starve to death. But they may also to be in luck. As a hood of armor plate stegosaurus on the move to live in this new area while in the dry season. And this could be a very perfect opportunity for food to this day.
Stegosaurus is perhaps one of the most widely recognized dinosaurs due to its armored plates that ran along its back in 2 columns. In this video we count down 5 facts about the Stegosaurus. An interesting fact to note is that of all the dinosaurs, Stegosaurus had one of the smallest brains. Although the actual anatomy of this dinosaur's brain is currently unknown, it's known that it only weighed approximately 3 ounces, which is extremely small for a creature that weighed over 5 tons. As such, it's believed that this dinosaur was very simple and slow moving. A noticeable percentage of known Stegosaurus tail spikes have been broken and re-healed tips, indicating that in their life their owners put them to good use. Furthermore, one famous Allosaurus vertebrate includes an unusual hole which was apparently made when the carnivore tangled with a feisty Stegosaurus, and its well-armed hind end. The Stegosaurus's long narrow skull is not unique to the Stegosaurid dinosaurs. However, what is unique to the Stegosaurid dinosaurs is the double column armored plates that run along the dinosaur's back. The plates along Stegosaurus's back are referred to by paleontologists as dermoplates, and were comprised of 17 individual flat armored plates. The plates themselves are composed of modified bony called scales, much like the scales found on modern-day reptiles such as crocodiles. Strangely, where the modern-day skeletal remains of Stegosaurus show the armored plates as being attached to the backbone of the dinosaur, this was never the case. The plates rose from the skin of the Stegosaurus's back rather than from the dinosaur skeleton. The larger plates in the Stegosaurus occurred along the hip area and were approximately 2 feet wide. The smaller of the plates occurred on the back of the Stegosaurus's neck. The hard and bony dermoplates of the Stegosaurus did not require muscular effort to stand tall due to their structure. However, the function of these tall plates have been debated through the years. The dermoplates of the Stegosaurus have always been seen as a means of protection, with some saying they acted like body armor. However, due to the fact that the plates were never attached to the skeleton, this theory is unlikely. It's also unlikely that the plates served as armor for the simple fact that they only protected the spine of the animal, and not the vital organs which could easily be damaged from the sides. One impressive factor in regard to the Stegosaurus is its widespread geographic location, which suggests that the Stegosaurus thrived and had plenty of plant life to keep them well fed. As a herbivore, the Stegosaurus mainly fed on ferns and mosses. It's mostly believed that the Stegosaurus ate from low-growing vegetation and fallen fruits. However, it's possible that the Stegosaurus was able to rise on its rear legs to reach higher-growing foliage.
These Stegosaurus are on the way for some feeding grounds and to breed. Even though there's no phones here, they can still eat on some little plants to keep them in good appetite. But meanwhile, the Allosaurus want to attack right now, but they have one problem. The Stegosaurus' main weapons, in which is the tail. More dangerous looking than the Stegosaurus will use his tail spike to swing at his enemies and will try to kill them. And that's how Stegosaurus defend itself. It may seem like that they're biding their time for now. And when they do, Owl will lead its pack into an attack for an ambush. It has been a few hours, and the Stegosaurus are peacefully grazing. And the youngsters are playing well, and they're being watched by a responsible mother to watch out for danger. You know, for the Allosaurus, the youngsters are playing too. However, the female is watching them tell the mother. And they have to be careful not to get close to a grazing leader male stegosaurus. But however, the worst nightmare come true. The plane noise has attracted and has gotten the attention of the leader. Ooh. It's spooked. The mother's ordered the youngsters to safety. She gives the alert, and Big Al's alerted too, and they notice that they must flee to safety. While this older male is getting the youngsters to safety too. Whoa. Whoa. Big Al has ordered the females to run. And they do. Then Big Al tries to see if his pack is safe from the Stegosaurus hood. But not yet. The youngsters must be carefully hid. Right now they're stuck in the middle of this fight. Ooh. 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 And then the females join the fight as well. Ooh. 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 Finally, they back off, not wanting to fight anymore. At least the hood is safe. And for the Allosaurus, the pack is safe as well. They must wait until later so they can go hunting. At least they need to rest more because of the fight. Later on, it is the mating season, and the male Stegosaurus is looking for a mate. And hoping that she might try to win her affection. Meanwhile, the females are about to go hunting. While Owl stays with the hatchlings, who are about 1 month old, and they are practicing their hunting skills. But just as they're about to go hunt for the stegosaurus, something else catches their eye. It's the mammal again, who have encountered for the first time, and our hunt failed. But now it seems like that they might be willing for a second try. Failed, and that'll be a strike too. But before they can go back to their den, they notice something. The old male is challenging the new male into leadership and for the rights to mate. The females are gonna watch to see what happens. The new male is getting a little dizzy, so he wants revenge. The old male has a nasty gash. At least the new man's managed to learn his skills when he was a hatchling, and now he's ready for the final blow. The old man will not be able to get up this time. For that, he has a broken bones of his hips. Now, the new male won, and he will maintain leadership for weeks. And now he has the right to mate. Plus, the Kumarasaurus knew that food is nearby. All you need to do is wait. until it dies. Now it's time. Now they have food. Females call owl and the hatchlings. And now the whole family can join into the feast. This kill will last them for days until they get hungry again.
Pound for pound, Allosaurus was one of the most fearsome meat-eating dinosaurs that ever existed. In this video, we count down 5 facts about the Allosaurus. Like many predatory dinosaurs of the Mesozoic era, Allosaurus constantly grew, shed and replaced its teeth, some of which averaged 3 or 4 inches in length. Surprisingly though, this dinosaur only had about 32 teeth, 16 in its upper and lower jaws. Estimating the lifespan of any given dinosaur is always tricky, but based on the fossil evidence, paleontologists believe Allosaurus attained its full adult size by the age of 15, at which point it was no longer vulnerable to being eaten by other large theropods or other hungry Allosaurus adults. This dinosaur was a large carnivorous bipedal predator that scientists believe preyed on the many herbivores of the time. This conclusion has been reached in part by the number of razor-sharp teeth that can be found in this predator's mouth. It had rows of razor-sharp teeth that had saw-like formations on its edges. It's believed that the Allosaurus was able to attack larger predators with these teeth by using its upper jaw like a hatchet, and attacking using the element of surprise. Paleontologists have unearthed solid evidence that Allosaurus preyed on Stegosaurus. An Allosaurus vertebra was found with a puncture wound that matches the size and shape of a Stegosaurus's tail spike, and a Stegosaurus neck bone was found bearing an Allosaurus-shaped bite mark. In 1991, after a full century of Allosaurus discoveries, researchers in Wyoming unearthed a well-preserved near-complete fossil specimen, which they promptly dubbed Big Al. Unfortunately, Big Al didn't live a very happy life. Analysis of its skeleton revealed numerous fractures and bacterial infections, which doomed this 26-foot-long teenage dinosaur to a relatively early death. There's also Big Al 2, an even more complete Allosaurus unearthed in the same general vicinity 5 years later. Paleontologists have long speculated that the only way Allosaurus could have preyed on the huge 25 to 50-ton sauropods of its day was if this dinosaur hunted in packs. It's a compelling scenario and it would make for a great Hollywood movie, but Allosaurus individuals probably hunted smaller prey on their own. Allosaurus and T-Rex are among the world's most well-known carnivorous dinosaurs in popular culture. The Allosaurus lived in the late Jurassic period 150 million years ago. The T-Rex lived during the Upper Cretaceous period around 67 to 65 million years ago, and was among the last species of dinosaurs to live before their mass extinction. In in spite of Allosaurus predating Tyrannosaurus by millions of years, more Allosaurus specimens have been found. There are those who insist that Tyrannosaurus was a scavenger, while there are others that state Tyrannosaurus ran down and killed its prey. However, in spite of this debate, there is no question that Tyrannosaurus was a carnivore. Unlike Tyrannosaurus, Allosaurus has no debate about its eating habits, and is seen and accepted as an active predator of large animals, given injuries found on Allosaurus fossils themselves. One interesting fact to note is that the largest Allosaurus specimen may have rivaled the T-Rex in size. The size of the largest Allosaurus is approximately 16 feet tall, 43 feet long and weighed up to 5 tons. This contrasts pretty well with the T-Rex, who was approximately 13 to 16 feet tall, 42 feet long and weighed approximately 7 tons.
After they finish eating the cow, the carcass will lay decaying and will turn into bones, like a skeleton. And the rest of the herd will move on. And then Owl has been very proud of the females of hunting down a male Stegosaurus. And nothing now can go out and rest. Meanwhile, it is nighttime and the Stegosaurus herd is moving on to its next generation. Meanwhile, the Allosaurus pack is sleeping. Meanwhile, one youngster is not that very sleepy and decides to go and explore. Now he's out in the dark alone and away from the pack. But it's like he won't be gone for long, as he decides to finish eating the kill of the Stegosaurus. But something else catches his attention. This mammal is nocturnal, which means he is most active during the night instead of the evening, feeding on small grubs and insects. Meanwhile, the young Allosaurus is unsure what to do. Should he play with it, or should he try to kill it? Well, however, my suggestion is he might try to kill it. However, this could be impossible to catch this little one, as he's been very skilled. And then the baby Allosaurus decided to go more exploring than ever. However, the new male Stegosaurus has caught his attention, and so he's decided to go kill it. Meanwhile, the morning, they also had a distress call of the young, and decides to go in for the rescue. However, they managed to find it. It is dying. There's nothing else they can do. Soon it passes. But then the Allosaurus and Owl turn out to see the Stegosaurus herd, or may have been the Dinosaur's cause of death. But however, I will not let the youngster's death be in vain. As yet, he has want revenge, and that's what he's actually going to do right now. Right now, the new male's been angrier. The male has in fact a nasty gash on Al's face and neck. He must recover quickly. Meanwhile, the rest of the females know that they must follow Al. There's no way they try to defend this dead youngster by themselves. As yet, they think this youngster's bone returned to bones, as well as carcass here. Meanwhile, the rest of the Stegosaurus are gonna move on. So, Al must rest because his wounds have hurt it too much. And when he wakes up, he will go hunting to bring food for the pack. It's been 2 hours, and Big Al's about to wake for his nap. He must go hunting. But he may as well eat this carcass, but it's drying. He needs fresh meat. It's the small mammal again. The boy's gonna try one last time to catch it. If not, he might have to search for some other prey. Failed again. Then Alice sees the Stegosaurus herd. He knows that he might get the youngsters, but sometimes go for the other ones. He has to make a choice, youngs or adults. He just an adult because adults are much more bigger. They have more and more meat he needs to survive. Even with these injuries, Big Al has to make this choice. He has to make it. They're almost by the destination, and Al has to attack now. Even with his hunger, Big Al must attack now. The male has ordered the rest of the herd to retreat, as he will handle with Al. Soon the male's been getting badly injured by Al. Then the old male does what he has to do. Soon the mouse managed to get up, and then I was about to go for the killing blow, but suddenly, with one swing of the male's tail, Al has been badly injured with his arm and his neck. He must go back home. He cannot hunt anymore. The rest of the herd will move on. He has also been losing blood too. Of his injuries, Al may not survive long enough. He has been a failed leader and a failed hunter once and for all for his family. He is too tired to move on. He must rest now. But even if he rests, he will die. And that's what Al's about to do. He collapsed, and he will die of exhaustion and starvation. Even though the Stegosaurus carcass has managed to last them for days, but this has been the worst part. The injuries hurt too much, and that will cause them of death. For the chicks and for the females. When days on, Big Al has died, and the females know that the instincts know is to move on. With one chick left, that they must be very protective, and they'll go back to a new area where they will hunt and raise their young to be the top predators. But even with Big Al gone, some erosion will bury his body alive, and then some people found him into bones, and they put him together like a skeleton. And when people think about this, the name Big Al, he will become one of the most fiercest predators in history to ever live. Even though he never reached adult size, he's still a juvenile. He died of an adolescent. Even with his death in vain, the Jurassic still rules. And by the way, Allosaurus will be evolving into T-Rexes in the late Cretaceous period until the mass extinction of the dinosaurs. Even with that, Big Al will be forever in history and always be remembered in museums and books especially in videos and movies. And that's why Big Al is the Dinosaurus that had ever lived in Planet Dinosaur of Dinosaur Planet in the world of prehistoric Earth.